perspective that was brought in our first Kabbalah Berlin Bridge meeting, and it connects to our exploration of binary. We were watching a video clip of yours where you were offering what has the Kabbalah to give in the Mishkan. And it was about finding godliness. And what we were referring to is we have to discover, you said, we have to discover godliness in ourselves. And we only can do that we first have to find it in others. And then the statement of a new friend who joined us here in Berlin was, she said, but I have to start with myself. I cannot even receive the other one and his or her godliness. I have to start with myself. And from that, we had a discussion around that. So I would love to hear from you how you relate to this statement of, do I have to start with myself? How can I even respond to some godliness in somebody else?
Assume that the self is yours. Everyone who wishes to start and start with myself, presume that the self is in him and he has it's his property. And the self is outside of ourself. What can we do? The true self, the true definition of the spirit is the origin of it, and the presence of it is outside of ourselves. What is inside, when one say, I need to first discover myself, my spirit, it speaks about the ego. And that discovered already for the whole period of human existence. It has a long history. We really don't need to invest more in it. It had reached full. So saying in myself is actually presuming that we sort of the owner of the godly part in ourselves, instead of understanding that God is the owner of the godly part in ourselves. Okay, so this is a true or a very fundamental heritage of many religions, and definitely the New Age, of saying that if I will not resolve it first as in myself, as a separate entity, I actually cannot give it to others. No. If you will actually recognize that all the parts of your spirit are in others, then you might have a share in your spirit. Okay. So it's truly, it's upside down thinking. It's true. It's looking where is actually the root of things. Yeah, where it starts with. So, of course, it's at the end. One can say it's an elaborated conversation between parts of myself which are outside myself, with the conductor of my, who is the conductor? The conductor is, how do I actually not even collect it, but sort of assemble it into a presence in my existence. Okay? But then it says, and it's very much to do with the way I answered all the question before. It has to do with what kind of service you offer to others. because the definition of the Creator is not a definition of what he's getting from humanity, it's what he wished to give to it. Okay. So the journey of the spirit from its source to our existence is a way of, it diminishes itself, meaning most of its light is left outside, because if it would sort of appear in all its volume and voltage in our corporeal existence, we will not actually be able to stand it. Okay, it will kill us in a way. So, like Malchut, it diminishes itself, meaning what? When it becomes a point, we call it a point in the heart. What is a point in the heart? A point in the heart, like Malchut, suggests that we don't have anything of ourselves. We are actually dependent on our attitude and connection to that which is outside ourselves. This is the law of things. So I took it from how to view it, from the law that actually incorporates this state. So it's not sort of that it sounds better this way. This is the truth of it. You cannot start with yourself, because you had yourself, and the self of yourself is actually that which separates the spirit from its source. Okay. So, well, you can play this answer and then discuss it. Okay, but I think it's not an answer for them, it's an answer for everyone. Yeah. Okay. So, okay.